The clever fish. Once upon a time, there was a clever fish living in a small river. The fish was happy and enjoyed swimming with other fish every day. One day, a fisherman came to the river. He threw his net into the water. Many fish were caught in the net, including the clever fish. The clever fish thought quickly. It pretended to be dead. It did not move or open its eyes. The fisherman looked at the fish. He said, "This fish is already dead. I don't want it." He threw the clever fish back into the river. The clever fish quickly swam away to safety. It was happy to be free again. The end. The Lizard and the Ant. Once upon a time, in a sunny forest, a little ant was walking back to her home, carrying a heavy grain of rice. She was tired, but determined to bring food for her family. Suddenly, a hungry lizard jumped down from a tree and blocked her path. "Where are you going, little ant?" asked the lizard with a grin. "I'm taking this grain back to my anthill. My family is waiting," the ant replied politely. The lizard licked his lips. "That rice looks tasty, but you look tastier. I think I'll eat you instead." The ant was frightened, but she stayed calm. "Dear lizard, I may be small, but if you let me go, I promise to help you one day when you need it." The lizard laughed. "You help me? You're tiny, and I'm big and strong." Still, something about the ant's courage touched the lizard's heart. He stepped aside. "Fine, go, but I don't think you can ever help me." The ant thanked the lizard and hurried home. Weeks later, the same lizard was sunbathing on a rock when he got caught in a hunter's trap. He struggled, but the net was too strong. Just then, the little ant saw him. She remembered his kindness and quickly ran to her colony. Soon, hundreds of ants came. Together, they bit through the net until the lizard was free. The lizard was amazed. "You saved me. I didn't believe you could help, but you kept your promise." The ant smiled. Even the smallest friend can make a big difference. The end. 4 rabbits lived with their mother. One day, Mother Rabbit said, "You may go play, but don't go into Mr. McGregor's garden. Your father had an accident there." Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail were good bunnies. They went to pick blackberries. But Peter was naughty. He ran straight to Mr. McGregor's garden. Peter saw lots of food. He ate lettuce, carrots, beans. But then he saw Mr. McGregor. "Stop, thief!" shouted Mr. McGregor. Peter was scared and ran away. He lost his shoes and jacket while running. He jumped into a bush and hid. Mr. McGregor looked for Peter. Peter was very quiet. At last, he found the garden gate and ran home. At home, Peter was tired and not feeling well. His mother put him to bed and gave him chamomile tea. Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail had bread and milk for supper. The end. The Iguana and the Cobra. Once upon a time, in a hot and dry desert, there lived a green iguana named Iggy. Iggy loved to sunbathe on warm rocks and eat tasty leaves and insects. One day, while Iggy was walking near a bush, he heard a hissing sound. It was a cobra. The cobra was big and had shiny black eyes. "Hello, Iggy," hissed the cobra. "I'm looking for food. You look tasty." Iggy was scared but didn't run. He took a deep breath and said, "Cobra, if you eat me, you will have no one to talk to in this lonely desert." The cobra stopped and thought, that is true. I am always alone." Iggy smiled and said, "Let's be friends. I can show you where to find juicy fruits and water." The cobra agreed. From that day, Iggy and the cobra became friends. They helped each other find food and stayed safe together. Even though they were very different, they learned to live in peace. The waterfall in the hot forest. Once upon a time, in a deep green forest, the weather became very hot. The sun was bright and strong every day. The rivers became small and the grass turned brown. All the animals in the forest were very tired and thirsty. In the middle of the forest, there was a beautiful waterfall. Cold, clean water fell from a high rock and made a small pool below. Trees grew around the pool, giving shade and cool air. One morning, Leo the lion woke up feeling very hot. He walked slowly through the dry grass, looking for water. "I need to find the waterfall," he said. "It is the only place with cool water now." On the way, Leo met Ella the elephant. She was also walking slowly. "Where are you going, Ella?" Leo asked. "I am going to the waterfall," she replied. "It is too hot today. I need water." "Let's go together," said Leo. As they walked, they met more animals. There was Tommy the turtle, who moved very slowly but smiled happily. "I love the waterfall," he said. "I can swim there all day." Then came Bella the bird. She flew high in the sky, but came down to rest. "It is so hot up there," she said. "I want to drink cool water." Soon, many animals were walking to the waterfall: deer, rabbits, monkeys, and even small insects. Everyone wanted to stay cool and drink fresh water. Finally, they reached the waterfall. The sound of falling water made them feel happy. The air was cool and fresh. One by one, the animals drank from the pool, played in the water, and rested under the trees. The monkeys jumped and played near the waterfall. The birds sang songs. The deer ran around. Even the lion, who was usually serious, smiled and lay near the water. That night, the animals stayed near the waterfall. The stars came out, and the forest was quiet and peaceful. From that day, all the animals knew the waterfall was a special place. In the hot season, they would all go there to stay cool, drink water, and be with their forest friends. And so, in the heart of the hot forest, the waterfall brought all the animals together, strong or small, fast or slow, as one big, happy family. The end. Title: The Brave Dog, the Curious Baby, and the Dangerous Snake. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a kind family. They had a baby boy named Sam. Sam was just 1 year old. He could not walk properly, but he loved to crawl around and play with everything. The family also had a pet dog named Bruno. Bruno was big, brown, and very friendly. He loved little Sam very much and always stayed near him to keep him safe. One sunny afternoon, Sam's mother was busy cooking lunch in the kitchen. She placed Sam on a mat in the front yard to play. Bruno, as always, lay next to Sam, keeping an eye on him. Sam laughed and clapped his hands as he played with his toy ball. Suddenly, the ball rolled away into the bushes. Sam, being curious, crawled after it. Bruno noticed this and followed him, but something dangerous was hiding in the bushes. A big, black snake was resting there. It had long, shiny scales and sharp fangs. When the snake saw Sam crawling close, it lifted its head, ready to strike. Bruno saw the snake first. He barked loudly and jumped in front of Sam. The snake hissed and tried to bite, but Bruno was brave. He barked and growled, protecting the baby. Hearing Bruno's loud barks, Sam's mother ran outside. She saw the snake and screamed, but Bruno kept barking and standing between the snake and the baby. Finally, the loud noise scared the snake and it slithered away into the forest. Sam's mother quickly picked up the baby and hugged Bruno tightly. She was so thankful to the brave dog. Bruno had saved Sam's life. From that day on, everyone in the village heard the story of Bruno the brave dog who protected his little friend. Sam and Bruno stayed best friends forever. The end. The Four Good Friends. Once upon a time, in a big green forest, there lived four best friends: a deer, a crow, a mouse, and a tortoise. They were very different, but they loved each other and always helped one another. The meeting. One sunny morning, the crow was flying high in the sky. He saw a beautiful deer drinking water near a pond. The crow flew down and said, "Hello, I'm Crow. What is your name?" "I am Deer," said the deer with a smile. "Nice to meet you." Soon, they became good friends. The deer introduced the crow to his friend, Mouse, who lived in a small hole under a tree. The crow was happy to meet the mouse. One day, the three friends were walking near the pond and saw Tortoise slowly walking by. The deer said kindly, "Hello, Tortoise. Would you like to be our friend?" The tortoise smiled and said, "Yes, I would love that." From that day, the four animals played together, shared stories, and helped each other. A problem comes. One day, the deer did not return to the meeting place. The other friends became worried. The crow said, "I will fly and look for him." The crow flew around and saw the deer caught in a hunter's net. "Oh no, my friend is in trouble," cried the crow. He quickly flew back to tell the mouse and tortoise. The mouse said bravely, "I will chew the net with my sharp teeth and free him." The tortoise said, "I will come too, to support my friends." The rescue. The crow guided the mouse and tortoise to the place where the deer was trapped. The mouse quickly ran to the net and started biting the ropes. The crow kept watch from above to see if the hunter was coming. The tortoise slowly walked to the spot to cheer the deer. Finally, the mouse cut all the ropes and the deer was free. "Thank you, my dear friends," said the deer with tears of joy. Just then, the hunter arrived. The deer ran fast and escaped. The crow flew high. The mouse ran into a bush, but the tortoise was too slow. The hunter caught the tortoise and put him in a bag. Another plan. The friends were sad, but they did not give up. The crow said, "Let's make a plan to save our tortoise friend." The deer said, "I will lie down and pretend to be dead in the hunter's path." When the hunter saw the deer lying still, he thought, "Wow, what luck! A deer, too." He put the bag with the tortoise down and went to take the deer. At that moment, the mouse quickly cut the bag, and the tortoise came out. The crow gave a loud caw, and the deer jumped up and ran away. The hunter was shocked. All the friends ran and flew to safety. The happy ending. The four friends were safe again. They hugged each other and laughed. The deer said, "Together we are strong." The crow said, "Friendship is the best gift." The mouse said, "We helped each other." And the tortoise said, "That's what real friends do." From that day on, they stayed together, happy and safe, helping anyone in need. The end.